Saxon Algebra 1/2, Lesson 79. Look, Caleb, it's actually sunny, and I'm getting shadows on my paper. So, bear with me. This is the problem of having actual sunshine. If it was cloudy, we wouldn't have this problem. But we're just going to have to tough it out. Lesson 79 is called Simplifying More Difficult Notations. I don't like that name. I'm just going to call it simplification, which means making things simple, and that's the way I want you to think of this. Let's look at an example. Simplify. Okay, copying becomes a headache. Minus positive 4 minus okay, look at that. Minuses and pluses all over the place. I'm double checking just to make sure I wrote it correctly. Okay, so what we're going to do, as we've done in the past, but we're going to consider every number and the signs in front of it as a package. So there's a package, there's a package, there's a package, and there's a package. All right? A sign and a number. And what we're going to do is we're going to simplify these and then add them all together. We'll use the rule that we learned last time, which is you count up the negative signs in front of the number. If there's an even number of negative signs, then that means they all pair off and make a positive number. If we have an odd number of negative signs, that means after you pair off what you can, you're going to have one negative left, so that means you have a negative answer. We reviewed those rules in the last lesson. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and reduce each package to one sign and one number, and then we'll add them all in the end. Those are all plus signs. Okay, so here we have 4, that's our number. One negative sign, that's an odd number, so that's negative 4. Here we have 5, 1, 2. So that is a positive 5. 2 negatives become a positive, and here we just have one negative. Okay? Do you see how we took a messier explanation and we netted it down into simple? We simplified it. That's what we did, darn it. We simplified it. So now we can either go through and add these as a chain. So let's try that. Negative 4 plus 5 would be positive 1, plus 3 would be positive 4, minus 6 would equal minus 2. Did I do that wrong? I did it wrong. Oh, I see what I did. I left out a term. So for this, it's correct. This would be negative 4 plus 5, positive 1, positive 4. This would be minus 2 would be the right answer. In the actual problem, there are 5 terms. I left one out. We just won't even worry about that. This is correct for what we have written here. Let's try another one and see how my copying skills improve. Ready? Obviously, when you're doing the homework, you don't have to copy it down as is. You can just start simplifying. And I'll do that for one of these further problems so you can see exactly how I would do that. Okay, this one is supposed to have 3 terms, so I got it right. Minus 3. Okay, just double checking. All right, so once again, I go through and I identify signs in front of it, and I'm going to reduce each of those to one number and one sign, and then I'm going to add those bundles, okay? 2 becomes positive 3. 1, 2, 3, that's an odd number, negative 2. 1, 2, that's a positive number. I'm assuming you get the pattern on this, Caleb. It's hard when I can't see you shaking your head up and down and doing this yourself. So I'm assuming this makes sense to you. Okay, and then this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the positives together, and then I'm going to add all the negatives together. So this would be positive 6 and minus 2, and that would be positive 4. It's not necessary to write that positive sign, but because we're going back and forth so much, I like to just make it super obvious. Okay, that is the correct answer. Example 79.3. I'll copy this one again. Yeah, we just have one more after that, and then I'll show you how I would do this for your homework. minus 4 plus minus 2 double checking. Okay, here we go. Signs and number, signs and number, signs and number. And here are the new packages we'll create. 2 negatives, make this positive 4. 1, make that negative 2. 1, 2, 3, negative 6. It's perfectly fine with me if you want to go down the row and just add each step, but I much prefer the method of adding together all the negatives and all the positives and then putting them together in one step. Going back and forth between negatives and positives, that's where your mistakes are made. So this minimizes the chance of making a mistake. And this becomes minus 4. Okay, and then in the last one, I'll show you how I would do it if I were you doing the homework. I would look in the book. Now I have to go like this, okay? And I would look at each one of these bundles. Instead of copying it into my book, I would simplify them. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I'm running out of room. I made 5 places. So now I look at them. The first one, if you look, hi kitten, there's a kitten meowing outside my window. I'll be right with you, kitty, hang on. The first one, if you look at the book on page 249, you can follow along with this, and I'll wait for you to open your book if you like. But I'm going to simplify right out of the book instead of copying all those numbers that I don't need. Okay, so the first and the last are negatives, and all the ones in the middle are positives. So this is plus 13, and these two go together to make minus 10. And so our final answer is 3. So when you're doing your homework, you don't have to copy the problem down, but just copy down the simplified version, and you will be right. Okay, that is lesson 79. The homework problems look exactly what we've been doing. Good luck, sir.